All right, I am live. I am live. Let me check on my end. I'm gonna refresh my camera. Okay, let me get a screen over to you guys. That way y'all can see something on the screen here. Then I'm going to get started. I'm going to get started here. So go ahead and tap the like as you come in. Go ahead and tap the like as you come in. I'll leave it on QQQ to start with. Okay. Go ahead and tap the like as you come in. Tap like, hit the share, subscribe. This is Holistic Traders. I am Immaculate Tony. I'm going to be going over some technical analysis over stocks and Forex today. Not going to be doing any crypto unless there's some that's asked upon. So we're going to focus on stocks and Forex today, and any questions that you guys may have regarding technical analysis. I have, as you see listed in the caption, a few tickers that we'll take a look at today, and I'll start at the top and work my way down, and we'll go from there. So go ahead. I'm going to give people time to get in here, and let's see what else I'll do. If I put that on, then I would have an issue, so I'm not going to do it that way. Good afternoon. It is Saturday. I know there's a few things that we could speak up on, but I'm going to remain mindful and be respectful of everyone's time. We won't be long here, but I'm going to go ahead and get something in the background. Then from there, what I'll do is we'll get started. So let's see here. Let's do work. There we go. All right, here we go. Okay. All right, so I'll erase this. I'll start off with QQQ. Remove. I'll start off with QQQ. Oh, you know what else? I'm sorry. I have to see one more thing. I have to make sure that I can see you guys in the chat. I got to make sure that I can see you in the chat. All right, perfect. All right. Let me see. Do this. Do it like that. All right. So first things first, we're going to take a look at QQQ, and I'm going to walk through this, and hopefully I don't skip any steps. That way everything can be on here so that you can come back and watch it later for your own information. So I'll just try to go in. That's what I'm going to do. That's my goal right now. So looking at QQQ, I like to start off with QQQ because that's something that everybody looks at. It's highly liquid. It's very great for trading options. Very great for investments when you buy it at the bottom down here. Let me change my candles to bar. I don't want to confuse anybody. So you could come here. I'm not going to treat this as a tutorial. This is TrendSpider. I do use TrendSpider. They have automatic auto fibs. I do use the auto fibs at time, but if you know how to do your own fibs, you can do your own fibs. I just use the auto fibs every day. So we're going to take a look at QQQ. We're going to use the auto fibs. All right. So taking a look at QQQ right now, and I'll refresh this chart. Taking a look at QQQ right now, it is very bullish. It's definitely bullish right now. Hit it up to 626, perhaps. Maybe it doesn't reach that point. But the whole thing about this is, with it being so high, as we practice buying in a demand zone, and selling in a supply zone. Or you'll hear me say it: buy wholesale, sell retail. Now I may say that today sometime, just because it's natural for me to say it. So looking at QQQ, it's still bullish here. It's still pushing up. You can see the trend kind of winding down. Good day. Hello, Mahogany Jeffrey. Oh, you can't see my screen. Interesting. Let me change that. Real quick. Screen is black and white. Okay, let me go back. Interesting. After you said that, it clicked on. All right, perfect. So looking at QQQ. Looking at QQQ, we have the Fibonacci's. I have my Fibonacci's. I use the auto fib. We see that it's headed up to that golden ratio. All right, the 1.618. So that's the golden ratio, 626. So you have QQQ still bullish. Now, the way that we trade as holistic traders, we don't buy at the top. That is selling area. So it's still going up. So are we going to sell right now? No, we're not going to sell right now. We're not going to look for puts right now. We're not going to look for shorting any puts right now or shorting any calls right now. We're just going to stand. We're going to stand still on this one. And I'll show you. I'll add some other indicators in here. I don't use indicators a lot. I do have them as tools. A tool is something that should be used. A tool is something that should be used if you know how to use it. You got tools in the garage, right? You got tools in the garage, but you don't use them for every single project, right? So it's the same thing here. I'll just give some examples. Let's see. If I use the Williams alligator, the 5, the 13, and the 5, fast, medium, slow. We see here that this is a strong trend. The alligator mouth is still open, it's still going up, and it is continuing. Now, if you are bullish and already in a trade on QQQ long term, when would you get out of QQQ? Great question. Glad that you asked. I would be looking for a close at this medium line, the 13 EMA. I would be looking for the candle to close at the medium. That would show me that it's time for me to exit my trade, seeing that I already been in it. Not looking to get into it now because you could be buying into a terrible situation. I also have my daily down here. I use the daily for the stochastics when I'm getting in a trade. And let me remove this. I'll show you as an example. Let me see, because the trade would have been right here. And the PSARs on my 4-hour simply for my entries and my trailing my stop loss. On my 4-hour right here. So I went over here. I looked at my entry point, and this would have been my stop loss. That is the PSAR, the parabolic stop and reverse. So looking at the daily, right? When you would have gotten a trade. So we're wholesale traders. As holistic traders, we are wholesale traders. We look to buy low and sell high. Exactly what they say. That's exactly what we do. And when I say they, just the people on the internet. So watch this. As a wholesale area, now this came down and dropped super fast. When I say super fast, it went back up super fast. Like it didn't. This is the 1 week candle. It didn't sit there very long. So when it gets to that area for you to buy, you take your opportunity and you buy at that area, or else you'll miss out on some great activity, right? So if we buy if we buy where we're supposed to buy by following our trading plan, we're buying the wholesale area, right? So as you see, the stochastics only buy when your stochastic is below 50, below the midline. All right. So we see that this stochastic, and I follow the D percent. The D percent is the slow percent on the stochastics. It's like an EMA. It's the average of 3 days. It's 3, right? It's the average of 3 days. So it's going to be slower, but it's also more reliable because it's slower. Makes sense? So I follow that one instead of the fast. The fast one can be erratic. All right. So this one on this day, when we would have entered this trade, it was at it is I always get confused on the line. It's the red line, 19. Yeah, it is the red line. So it was at 19 when you would have entered this trade at the PSAR. Oh, let me go over just a little bit. There it goes. So let me correct that. It was at, yeah, it still was at 19. So it was at 19 when we entered that trade. All right. So with that being said, we would have took that trade and we would have trailed slowly to break even. You can either trail to break even or leave your stop loss at the bottom of that low and then allow the trade to just play out. You got to give your trades time to play out. Now, a lot of people are day trading. If you went to go buy, I'm going to give it, this is an example about day trading. I've read a lot of studies regarding day trading from schools that I honestly probably didn't have the score. No, not probably. I did not have the scores to get in. Dartmouth, Harvard. I read those. You can read the stories though. You can read the studies. Though. So I may not have gotten into the school, but I know how to search on the internet, find the stories, and also I know how to read. So I read a lot of things about day trading. It doesn't sound good. A lot of day traders fail. According to studies, 97% of day traders fail. So let's talk about swing trading. We're swing traders as holistic traders. We're swing traders. All right. So taking a look at QQQ, if you would have gotten this trade, just say you gotten into it, we're going to talk about swinging it as an option. Let's just see how long it would have taken. All right. So when you're thinking about buying contracts, and as you do back testing, you'll notice this. Let's see how long it take. And we're just going to see how long it take to get from this point to up here in this area. We could just count the candles, but I'm going to use this measuring tool here if it allows me to. All right. So this took about, I mean, just to get to this resistance point, let's just say the resistance point. To get to that point, it took 2 months. Are you willing to buy a contract 3 months, 6 months, a 3 to 6 month contract? It doesn't mean that you have to hold it for 3 to 6 months, but however, you have time on your contract. Let's use a real life example. Would you go buy some physical gold right now and then go and sell it later on in that day? It doesn't make sense, right? It wouldn't even make sense to go buy some gold today and then go sell it later on today. That's day trading for you. You have to give it your asset time to grow. And by giving your asset time to grow, here you would be at over 17% if you just got out at that resistance point. That was the all-time high at that moment. Now we have a new all-time high. The new all-time high is giving you about 29%, and that's taking 5 months. Are you willing to buy 3 to 6 months on your contracts and giving your trade time to play out to make 30%? Right? So you want to give your option trades time to grow. All right, so we're going to move on from this one. I like to start off with QQQ. We're going to move over to LMT. Some of these are already going to be kind of charted in a way because I've been looking at them and preparing. So taking a look at LMT right now. Let's go here. All right, so LMT, Lockheed Martin. Lockheed Martin is in a stage 1. If you're familiar with Stan Weinstein's stage analysis, you'll see that Lockheed Martin is in a stage 1. So what I'll do is I'll go over here to this Fibonacci, and this is the monthly. I wanted to change it to the monthly because I was seeing it that way. So, but I'm going to go back to the weekly as well, just so you can see it. All right. So this is the stage 1. Now with a stage 1, you go, let's see. Let's use some tools here. Use some arrows, perhaps. I don't think these arrows will work the way I want them to work, but I'm going to try it. Let's try. Okay, here we go. So on a stage 1, you have a stage 1. You have a stage 1 right here. I just want it to be an arrow, so that's not going to work. Let's try this one. I don't think you can make them go sideways. So I'll just point it out like this so you can see it. You have a sideways movement, a stage 1. Then you have an uptrend. That's a stage 2. Then once you get to the uptrend, you have another sideways movement. That's a stage 3. And then you have another downtrend. That's a stage 4. So after a stage 4, there's no stage 5. We go back to stage 1. Stage 1 is sideways movement. It's consolidation. It's moving sideways. So you have consolidation right here. And now, as you see, we have these green candles. It's not green because they're bearish. It's green because it's bullish. All right. So looking at LMT, we see that it is currently bullish in a wholesale area. It's in a wholesale area, and this wholesale area is more predominant because this is the monthly. The monthly is a lot stronger than the weekly. Okay. So looking at this, we see that it is currently bullish going up. We have our swing low. That's what we have our swing low here. Right there. I'll leave it right there. We have our swing low. So now we're going to go over here to the daily time frame. Now, it's filled this gap on the daily time frame. I will say, I posted about this in my Substack. I posted about it in my Substack, and I'm talking about it now. So the entry for this one, once again, we take a look at our PSAR and we use our stop loss. We got the PSAR as our entry, and also it converts over to our stop loss. What it does is called a PSAR flip. Once price touches the PSAR flips. The parabolic stop and reverse flips. So now think about what I just said with QQQ. Now we're on the LMT, a whole different chart. Does everything line up? You have the RSI below 50 at the top here on the weekly. You have the stochastics below 50 on the daily. And now you have a PSAR entry. We have any questions on that? If you have any questions, type them in the chat. If you have any questions, type them in the chat. And I promise I won't be long. There's not a lot of tickers to go through, but I want to show you guys these tickers. So let me go back here. Go back to the weekly. Now what we'll do is we'll create a retail area. We'll create a retail area. Looking at the retail area, now what we'll look to do is When you're following a supply and demand method, a trading plan, a holistic trading plan, we buy wholesale, we sell retail. We buy in the wholesale area. This empty area right here is what you call the equilibrium, or what you'll call the fair value area, right? You don't touch it. Price can move sideways here, but overall, we're looking to take profits in this area. Okay. So we look to take profits in a simple way. We look to take profits in the opposing zones. Zone 1, zone 2. If you got in here, that's zone 1. If you went, this would be zone 2. If you got up your trade in a bearish trade, this will be zone 1. This is zone 2. However you want to put it, the opposing zones. Wherever you bought, you're looking to sell at the opposing zone. So that's LMT. And what I'll do is I'll measure that. I'll go ahead and measure it just to see what it is from zone to zone. So we'll just start right here to the opposing zone. If you decided to get out of the trade at the beginning of that zone, that would be a 24% return. If you're thinking like, man, this is LMT, this is Lockheed Martin. Do you know that they supply the military with missiles and ammunitions and things like that? Maybe the world. I'm pretty sure they do a lot more than I even know about. But what if they're going to go back to their all-time high? You're looking at a 41% return. That's $182 gain. 41%. I speak in percentage because the money it's not about the money. This is a 42% return. All right. If it goes back to its high from this level, something to think about. If you have any questions about LMT, let me know, because if not, we're going to move over to UPS. All right. So now with UPS, going over to UPS, dude, a question to ask yourself before you think about investments. Is this a company that I know of? Is this a company that is successful right now? Do I see this company at all? Is this a real company? Is it a strong company? We see UPS. Well, I'll speak for myself. I see UPS driving while I'm driving. I know that the company is out there putting in some work. It's like seeing a person in the gym and like, hey, they may not be where they need to be right now, but they're in the gym. Well, that's what I think about when I see UPS out. So let's talk about UPS right now. UPS currently on the weekly, I'm going to use the auto fibs. Refresh. Okay, great. So I always do the weekly or the weekly and the monthly, or just the weekly, whichever way. It just depends how I'm seeing it at the time. But it's always the weekly and the monthly. All right. So what I would do here, I see that it's currently bearish. It's currently going down right now, right? But how much more can it really go down? So I'm going to take a look at the weekly. I see the weekly is in a wholesale area right here. All right. But I need to see it start reversing back. So actually what I will do is I need to see UPS start pushing back. So right now, the first thought in my head, is it ready now? No, it's not ready now. Is it in a wholesale area right now? Absolutely. It absolutely is in a wholesale area right now. So is it in a buying range? Yeah, it's cool. It's right now, it looks good to buy, right? That doesn't mean that it's going to go up right now. You may have to hold this trade for a while. Maybe it consolidates, right? So let's take a look at the monthly. So these fields haven't changed. So we're going to stick with the weekly. Okay. So with that being said, right? One option is to get your feet wet. Getting your feet wet when it comes to investing or option trading would be taking not a full position. Maybe you take a quarter of a position, one fourth of a position to get your feet wet. Remember, we're buying time. So something like this, I would think 6 months. I'm automatically, if I'm looking at this right now and I know off top, I have to wait. I'm going to give myself at least 6 months. It doesn't mean that the trade is going to take 6 months. Maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't work. We don't know. No one knows what the market is going to do, but you do know that UPS is in a wholesale area. So by giving it time, you're allowing yourself to allow your contract to grow. All right. So right now we see that it's in a wholesale area. It's dropped down right here, and it looked like it found a spot right here. Starting to trend back up. So now what I'm watching for I'll be looking for the PSAR, some more PSAR entries. So every time that price hits that PSAR, if it lines up according to the trading plan, by the way, the trading plan is available on Udemy. Holistic trading plan is available on Udemy. The link is below in the description. So take a look at that as well, because I speak about the holistic trading plan. And a lot of people don't have a trading plan. A trading plan is let's break down a trading plan. What is a trading plan? Think of it like this. Would you build a house without a blueprint? Would you build a house without a blueprint? I would say no. You won't even know where to start. All right. So that's what a trading plan is. A trading plan is a blueprint to building something. Right now, and we're talking about building wealth. So right now with UPS, looking at the price, it's in a wholesale area, and following a trading plan is going to allow you to know when to enter the trade. I do see that it spiked right here and it created this bullish candle looking like a reversal. That's why I put the bottom here as a swing low. And now we'll just need to see more higher highs being made, higher lows. You got higher highs and higher lows, waiting for those to be made. Now with Trend Spider, something I do like as well. I don't use it very often, but sometimes I do toggle with it on and off, is the trend. Take a look at the trend analysis, and I see that it's been respecting this support line right here. It's hit this support line. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's say like 12 right here. It's respected this support line 12 times. Now, the resistance, excuse me. Now with support, and I'm going to take the rest off. Look at our support line right here. I'll make the screen a little bit bigger just so you can see. This is what we're looking at. Price respected this support line and started to trend up. Price respected this trend line and went crazy up, right? We went from 82 to 234. That's quite a gain there, right? Let's see what percentage would that have been. I know let's see what percentage that would have been. Let's just see. Let's just get perspective. 185%. So that was at 85. So it's safe to say that it's been respecting 84, 80, 91, 90, around 91. And what's this line? 84. We're currently at 84 right now. Think about that. It's respected 84 since we've been respecting 84 since 2016. It's been respecting the game since 2016. That's 10 years. 10 years in the game, UPS has been respecting $84. And what is UPS at right now? It's at $84. All right. So we'll leave it like this. We're bullish on UPS. If you have any questions about UPS, leave it in the chat. All right. We have our stochastics that's down. Anytime the stochastic is down and a PSR is triggered, we'll be getting in that trade. All right. So now we're going to, let's see here. Let's do one more stock right now. You know what? Yeah, let's do one more stock right now. Capital One. I don't bank on Capital One. All right. So Capital One. That was pointless to say. But taking a look at the fibs, let's add that in. We got the fibs right now. We see that we're at a retail zone. We're in a retail zone. Remember, we don't buy retail. Retail is for consumers. We're not consumers. As traders, we're not consumers. So we're in this retail zone where price is going sideways. Our stochastic is now up. Interesting. This kind of makes sense now. Because before he had said that the RSI should be below 50, and that made sense because the RSI below 50 is bullish. But now this one's in a retail zone, and he's saying that it's bearish, and also that the RSI is above 50. It's at 63. And also the daily stochastic on the QQQ and LMT and UPS, the stochastic was below the midline. On this one, he's saying it's retail and it's above the midline. Interesting how that works. The PSAR now, same deal. Now you're looking for it to go down. When the PSAR is triggered on a downtrend, that's when you enter your trade. PSAR entry, stochastics up, RSI up. We enter the trade, we trail, we slow trail, we get to our break even point, and we allow our trade to work, right? Now, what's the work part? The work part is allowing the trade to go to its opposing zone. Now, holistic traders in our Discord community, not only do we allow it to go to an opposing zone, we also look to just take profits at the opposing zone. We take some profits at the opposing zone and leave the rest to allow the winners to continue running. And that's what I like to call running with winners. And that's how we like to run in holistic traders. We run with winners. All right. So y'all are at the right place at the right time. All right. So this is COF. That is a retail trade position. All right. That's a sell. That's a sell position. Or if you're looking into vertical options, depending on the IVR here, that would be a short call. How you said it? That would be a short call. All right. So that would be a short call. Now, if you have any questions about COF, leave it in the comments. The chat, I'll be sure to check it. Let's see here. 1 second. All right. I had to check and see where I was at. All right. Now, we're going to go over to Forex, my favorite. Forex. I like Forex because it really respects the supply and demand. I also like Forex because it's less volatile. It is volatile, but it's less volatile, so you don't get those random big spikes and movements. This one is already charted in holistic traders in our community. We are already in this trade. We are sitting nice at profits, and I'm sure that it's one of these lines here, and I'll be able to tell as I look at it. And we're gonna go over it. All right. So I guess I'm cheating right now because it's already up, but you get to see it, and I'll speak about it. All right. So USDCAD, it's in a wholesale area. We see it in the wholesale area down here, right? And we see our supply area. All right. Now we notice that also we're below the midline. We haven't crossed that midline on the RSI yet. So it really hasn't even kicked in bullish. Another thing that people do, and honestly, now that I'm saying it, I'll most likely do it. You can add on to your trade. It's called pyramiding your trade. So you can add on to your trade as it continues to go up. If the trade aligns, if it aligns, the trading plan, if your trading plan is aligned, you can continue to trade it as it goes up, adding on to your trade. It's called pyramiding. So now, which trade did we get in? Let's take a look. Each of those red lines should be a PSAR entry. Yeah. Each of those lines should be a PSAR entry. And I'll let you know which ones we are actually in. Let's see here. Okay. So this trade is June 17th. All right. June 17th, we had, let's see here. Where is it? Okay. The RSI is at 41. The stochastic is down. That's a PSAR entry. That's one trade. I'm going to make those green. And we are in these trades, so I'm not speaking about something we ain't actually doing. So going over to this one, the second one. Stochastic is below 50. RSI is below 50. PSAR entry. That was another trade. I think I'm in 3 of these trades, 3 or maybe 4. I think I added one just to add. And then this third one. This was July 24th. July 24th. PSAR is at 42. Stochastic was at 36. And let's go over here. We have our PSAR entry. So that's 3 trades. If I look at my phone right now, and if you want to go to group and question me, I'll show you. I'll show you the entries that we got in. These are the entries that we got in. I always get in during a PSAR entry. If it's not a PSAR entry, I'm not getting in the trade. The PSAR entry is my code to get into a trade. Where are you gonna put your stop loss? Well, there's 2 options here. Notice how it has been respecting the swing low. That's why we do swing high to swing low. It's been respecting that swing low. So taking a look at USDCAD, it's been respecting that swing low. The stop loss could just sit right here, allow your trade to go out of the opposing zone. Once your trade goes out of the zone, then you can move your stop loss to break even. On these trades, we are at break even. There's no loss to be taken on this trade. If there's no loss, then what? There's everything to gain. All right. Or another option is to trail it to break even. But if you do trail it to break even using a PSAR, you will get stopped out more often. So it's something you got to kind of manage. All right. So that's USDCAD, and we are in that trade. Next up, and this will be the last ticker that I have for you guys, and I'm gonna let you go. I know that we have some football games on, and obviously this is more important. But we have some football games on, and also Terrence Crawford and Canelo are fighting tonight. It's fight night, all right? So if you're into that kind of stuff, leave a comment. Matter of fact, let me know who you think is going to win. Let me know who you think is going to win the fight. You got to make sure you put your response in before 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. That way we can know where you stand, and you can't delete it, all right? So let's go over to the last ticker, USDCHF, the Swiss franc, all right? This is a trade that we are currently in, and it's going. It's there. All right, it's there. It's not exactly where we want it to be. We have our retail zone. We have our demand zone. We got into. I think I'm in like maybe one or two. So let's take a look at it. We see clearly that it's in the wholesale area. I do have it marked out already. It's been respecting the saving grace is that it has been respecting its swing low. All right. It has been respecting its swing low. So let's take a look and see when we got into this trade. I should look at my phone, but that's too much to do right at the moment. I'm looking to see the entries, the PSR entries, and then it'll let me know exactly which one we probably most likely got in. So this will be that will be one trade. I could look. Yeah, let me look at my phone. I'm going to go over to my account here right now, and I'm going to look at the date. I want to be factual. So let's see here. Yeah, so you have that, and the other day, let's see here. It was sometime in August. Let's see. Bear with me. USDCHF. So I want to say it was maybe it's so different reading the prop trading accounts because the dates on them be a little bit off, right? They are a little off. So I always have to kind of look at the chart as well. Well, the chart is the first thing I look at. All right. So this isn't the trade. That is not the trade. I'm gonna make it red. That way I can tell you why it's not the trade. Because why isn't the trade? Let's talk about it. This isn't the trade because what do you notice? Yes, the RSI is below 50, but however, look at the daily. The daily stochastic is above 50. All right, and we're bullish. We don't want to buy a stochastic that's above 50, right? So the trades that we are in are from June that started July 24th. July 24th stop loss at the swing low, so it's down here at the bottom. And currently, as you see, we went up, things were looking good, and then we got smacked in the face right here, right? And then we went sideways, and now we're just right here. So now what I would like to see is a reverse. It's in a wholesale area. The stochastic is down. That means that it's not that much room to go down. If the stochastics right now is at 26, the stochastics can only go between 0 and 100. So is it closer to 100 or closer to 0? It's closer to 0, right? So it can't go that much further down. So along with that, we're staying bullish with USDCHF. If you have any questions, leave them in the chat. That's it for today. That's all I have for you. And if you don't have nothing for me, I don't have nothing for you. Take a read into the description. There's information there. There's a Udemy. If you don't have a trading plan, go there, get one. All right. If you don't have a community, you need a community as a trader and an investor. You need a community of like-minded individuals to bounce ideas off of or gain ideas and information. So we do have the Holistic Traders community that's available for you as well. For the general admission, it is free, and you can take a look at the rest of the information on that. What else do I have for you? Also, threads. I went to the gym today, and a guy saw me. And mostly when I go to the gym, I have a shirt on from the site that's in the description, and he said, "Hey, do you invest?" Clearly, I have an investor shirt on, right? So it just brings the right attention to you. I call it smart casual, right? These are smart casual clothes that you can wear. So take a look at that, and also let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about that. And I'm checking out the links now. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I hope that you all have a wonderful and beautiful day. Enjoy your Saturday, and remember that each day is a blessing. The only time you have is now. The only time that you have is now. So don't take advantage of the moment that you have right here, right now. Now is all that we do have. So everything that you're planning to do tomorrow, if you can do it today, do it today. Don't put off for tomorrow what you can do today. And along with that, and I'm going to leave you with this, don't worry about tomorrow. Stay focused on today. Y'all take care. Y'all have a great day. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and Immaculate Tony, I'm out. Peace.